there. We'll keep you across everything that is happening. And by the way, I've just seen that chance that there was with that game between Cardiff and Portsmouth. It should have been a goal. It absolutely should have been a goal. We're talking about Burnley, though, and Charlie on there on the coaching staff helping out with the under-23s. You talked about the difference that Vincent Kompany has made, and that's not, as we keep reiterating, it's not to criticise Sean Dyche, but there's a new manager and there's a new regime at Burnley. Is that something that filters through the rest of the squads within the club?
Yeah, it filters through the whole club, and they want to try and play the right way, and he has an idea, philosophy of how he sees the game. And the big thing for Burnley was when they got relegated was how many players they lost, and they've lost a lot of the big players in terms of big transfer fees for Dwight McNeil. Corney's gone, Tarkovsky on a free, Pope's gone, Ben Mee left. Big characters in the dressing room have got them to a position where they're sustainable in the Premier League for a number of years. But unfortunately for them, they've had that bad season that's cost a relegation. But now Vinny's come in and will rebuild and has rebuilt, bringing new players in, and he'll want to try and do it his own way. An important thing he had was the players that are left over from the relegation, Jack Cork, Ashley Barnes, people like that, was to buy into the way he wants to play, and they've done that so far. And over the season, they'll back themselves to be good enough to get promotion. And I see on the daily basis how they work and the intensity and how hard they're working week in, week out, and they'll be looking for the rewards by winning football matches.
Charlie, from your experience as a player, what would be more likely, that players like Jack Cork and Westwood and those left over from last season would be so loyal to Sean Dyche, who they had such incredible success with over a few seasons in the Premier League? Or could it be that they'd be energised by the new man with an incredible reputation himself as a player, of course, and the new style of play? Could that give it a feeling of refreshment for those players?
Yeah, and I think, listen, Sean had been there a long time, and it was disappointing how it ended for everybody. But no, I think it's regenerised everybody in the football club, the staff, the players, the supporters, and the way they played, and the way they played, in the first two games. So they've taken on board what they want to do, and if they don't want to get on board, I think the manager's clear and that they can leave the football club. It's no problem. And they've brought a few players in. They'll probably look to bring another few more in terms of, and if they can. So it's been great for the buzz and the spirit around the club. It's definitely dropping into the 23s and the under 18s, because we all want to play and try and get results and get players into the first team.
I think watching Burnley, it's almost a chance for the whole club to press the reset button. When you've seen how they've gone about things with the Dyche, and all those players have benefited from his style of play. But the club financially are in a much better position they were when Dyche took over. Like, they've been sustained in the Premier League, those parachute payments they're going to have, and then they're going into this with a new manager. I kind of think of it almost like you look at Vieira going in at Palace. He was trying to rechange this style of play, and he knows that he's got players that can do it. It's just they haven't been asked to do those roles before, and I think there's more than enough of those players who want to play and are capable of playing a more attractive attacking style, possession-based football. And can definitely lead Burnley forward. And I think with Kompany, it's just getting everybody on board and bringing in the players as well to add to that. But I do think it's a fresh start for everybody. And like I said, Dyche has done amazing there. He really did, against all the odds for so many seasons. But sometimes it takes for new ideas, new start, and the club to hopefully get back up there in a different way than they did before.
It's important
It's
important if it doesn't go well. They have periods where they are suffering, because they will during the season. The Championship is a long season, and as parts of it they will suffer, and it's just finding the ways to get out that disappointment quickly. And if they do that, then there's no doubt what I see inside the football club and the players and the quality they have, they'll be up there become the end of the season.
I'm just rushing before the name disappears off the bottom of my screen. Accrington 1-0 up against Tranmere. Korede Adedoyin with the goal there, and MK Dons leading Sutton by a goal to nil. Connor Grant has got the goal. We're joined now by Burnley fan Natalie Bromley from the No Nay Never podcast. We'll be with you in just a second, Natalie, but there's been another goal